Welcome Pisces to your March 2022 reading, and happy birthday for all you Pisces born in March. This is your month and it's looking like a pretty special month for you as well. Now I'll go into all of that in a minute. Now if you are a new viewer to my channel, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comment section below and I will get back to you with an answer. Now Pisces, before I start getting into the meanings of the cards, the first thing that I noticed about your reading is that you have three fours. Now, some people say that 3 4s are a sign of it's an angel number. So I feel like for a lot of you, you do have that spiritual presence around you in March. But 4 is a number of stability and of strength. You know, if you look at a table, you know, it's got 4 legs, it's very stable, it's very secure. And 4s represent structure and balance and order and discipline. So I feel like this is a main message coming through for you in March. But what the 4s also represent are the result of the effort that you have been putting in. So if you've been working on any particular area of your life, whether it's your home life, your relationships, your work environment, things are going to be showing up as a result. There's going to be some results for you here in March. Now, this really is also, 4s are a time of reflection. It's a time when you're looking at your life, at certain areas of your life, and you're really considering what is going on here for you. And, you know, when you've got 3 of them, I feel like this is a month of reflection. And often in our birthday month, this can be a time for us to reflect over our year, over our past year, over our future year, what we want, where we're wanting to go. But starting off the month for you is the Death card. Now, please don't be alarmed by this card. This is just a card of change. So there is some significant change coming in for you in March. Now, this also represents the sign of Scorpio. So you could have a very significant Scorpio here in your life, but I feel like that Death card is also a card of release. I feel like things perhaps haven't been flowing in a way that you perhaps have really wanted them to. And so the Death card does talk about this release or this change that is coming in for you. And this could be to do with work, only because it is right above the 4 of Pentacles. These Pentacles are all about your money, how you spend it, how you make it, and you know, the death can, just because it's above that card, I feel like it could be to do with that. But this is right next to the Hangman as well. Now, this is a place of, the Hangman is often, it talks about a card of things being in suspended animation, but I don't feel like this is what it means for you. Now, this is a general reading, Pisces, so you can take what resonates here. But for me, this is saying that there is an acceptance of some changes that are coming into your life, and you are going to be able to look at these from a different perspective and you can accept them. And it's almost like there's going to be a fresh perspective for you here, and this is certainly the way you should approach any kind of changes. Often you are a water sign, so I feel like things can, you are very fluid. And so I think changes don't affect you that much as it would perhaps some other signs, like an earth sign who likes structure and order. But I feel like you are able to look at things from a different perspective here in March and really accept any changes that are coming in for you and look at them in a reflective manner, like with the message that came in with those multiple fours. You are able to really assess what's going on and make decisions based on your assessments here. But just in just in that death card, sorry, I feel like the death card and the hangman are going hand in hand here. And you are, I feel like this is almost like the death card is bringing in an inevitable ending. And you've been probably feeling this is coming for a lot of you. And it's just transformation. And yeah, as I said, this could have something to do with your work. But I feel like this is good for you and you're accepting it. There's a fresh perspective here that you have got because of this change, and it's making you look at things completely differently as well. Now you've got one of your fours. The first four that you have is the Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is often that card of marriage, and it's right next to the Ten of Cups there. So for some of you, you could be finding that you are getting married, or you're being proposed to, or you want to propose to somebody. But this is a joyous event here, and it's almost like a triumph, a milestone that's going on in your life, and it's a card of celebration as well. But again, a card of structure, of strong foundations, of really working on something and building something. Now, for those of you that aren't in a relationship, this can have to do with your career, something that you're passionate about, something that you are really wanting to work on in terms of a creative project. It's a lovely card. It's a card of strength. It's a wonderful time, and it's almost like you're being rewarded in your life, and there's a security, a comfort that comes in with that Four of Wands, and just being right next to that Ten of Cups. That Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card. So there is this wonderful peace that's in your life in March. I really like this message for you here. And it's a promise. When you get the Four of Wands, it's sort of almost a promise of a joyful life here. If you look at this card, I don't know if you can see the two little figures standing on top of that house. They're holding hands and they're looking at the beautiful forest around them. There's 4 trees. Again, that message of strength, stability. It's there for you. And this can be in a relationship only because it's right next to that Ten of Cups, or it can be in your work, in your career as well. But it's quite lovely. And also, with your finances, I think things are doing quite well. You've got the Four of Pentacles here, which I will go into in a little bit. But I feel like you've been working towards something, the money that perhaps you may have been saving money for something. But yeah, there is this almost like a sense of stability that comes in with that Four of Wands. And as I said, it's right next to the Ten of Cups. This is just a beautiful card filled with so much emotion. And all cups are water energy, which you are very familiar with. This is, as I said, that happily ever after card. I really love this card. And this is saying that you can actually have it all. you know, you can have that beautiful, wonderful relationship. You can have that wonderful career. It's almost like you've found such great contentment in your life in March. And, you know, your relationships are positive and affirming here. And you've really got strong and healthy connections with those around you, whether it's your kids, your family members, your partners. Now, for some of you here, now again, general reading here, guys, some of you here, there might have been a little bit of conflict or a little bit of a sense, a feeling like there's a stalemate situation in a relationship and things haven't been moving in the direction that you've been wanting to go in. But I feel like you're kind of withdrawing from this. If you have been at odds with someone, you're really withdrawing, and you are allowing all of this wonderful positive energy of that 10 of Cups to come in and just make your life a dream come true, you know, make your life exactly how you want it to be. Now, that Four of Pentacles that I mentioned, now this is often the card that is called the Miser card. Now, the Miser card is when you have been hanging on to your money when you really don't need to. And I feel like this is that card of spending money like there's no tomorrow. And if you look at the imagery on this particular card, you know, you see and I've put a little crystal on it, so you might not be able to tell, but this is also a house. And it's interesting that it kind of mirrors that Four of Wands imagery with the house as well. But here you've got big chains and locks on the gate, and you've had to perhaps you've had this feeling anyway that you've had to hang on to things tightly, and you might have been feeling like almost like there isn't enough, or you've got this feeling of like, oh, I'm not going to have enough money to get me through this, but that you do. And this can also talk a little bit about possessiveness. There could be some possessive energy here, but this, as I said, it's right below, when I was talking about the Death card, this is right below that Death card. So to me, there's a change in any of that restrictive kind of energy where you've been hanging on to things, or you've been feeling like you want to protect something and hold on to things. Because when you do that, you are isolating yourself. And whether it's your money, whether it's your belongings, whether it's something in your life that you're feeling you need to hang on to, I think this is coming. This feeling may be coming to an end, because you know, when you do that, you can alienate yourself from people. When you put those chains on the gate like that, it's giving a strong message to people that they don't want to come, you know, not to come in. But as I said, this to me is coming to an end, and you're able to look at things from a different perspective here. Now, you've got a really interesting card, the Moon card. Now, this is a card of things that are hidden. It is also a very intuitive card. Now, this card relates to Pisces, yourself, so you are showing up in your own reading here, but I feel like this can also relate to Cancer. I often do read this as a Cancer, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon. So you could have a significant Cancer or another Pisces in your life here. And the Moon is, as I said, that card of mystery. It's a card of listening to your intuition and allowing that to guide you in the direction in which you need to go. And I feel like because this is right below the Hangman, you are going to be relying on your intuition quite a bit. You're going to be looking at things in a different way. And where you looked at things with clear structure, you're going to allow that watery energy of the moon to really guide you here. And this might feel a little bit uncomfortable if you're not used to doing that. Now, a lot of the Pisces I know are so intuitive anyway, so I don't feel like this is going to make you very uncomfortable, but it's going to allow you to really look at things in depth, and you might be actually getting some visions even coming through for you in March and advising you in which direction you might be wanting to take here. But this can also, for some of you, be a bit of a card of mystery, a bit of a card of deception. But what the moon often talks about is this is only a temporary moment. And when the light, you can see by the light of a full moon, it actually gives off a lot of light, but things look very different in the light of the moon than they do in the sunlight. So I feel like make sure you are looking at things, take that message of the Hangman and look at things from a different perspective, and this will this will guide you. And your intuition will guide you a lot as well in any direction that you are wanting to go. Now, the Four of Cups, your third four. Now, the Four of Cups is that card of feeling a bit, you are kind of feeling maybe a little bit bored with the way things are. And this could be in a relationship for some of you. You might be feeling like things have gone as far as they can go, and there is that energy of the Two of Swords there. There is this bit of a stalemate here. But the Four of Cups is also a card of you withdrawing a little bit and just allowing yourself to contemplate. It's the fours. This is all about, like I said at the very beginning, contemplating your situation. Now, again, this is cups, so it can have to do with your relationships, and this is any relationship here. But I feel like you are withdrawing a little bit. There's a little bit of indifference from your end. You kind of, oh gosh. You don't care almost. Not that you don't care, but you're almost boredom, apathy kind of thing. And this is good energy though. If you are feeling overwhelmed with anything, you might be just retreating and allowing you to choose the situations that you want to be dealing with this month. And you might be wanting to choose to change a particular situation as well. So I feel like this four is allowing you to reflect here on how you want things to be going and how you see things to be going in the future. Now, the Two of Swords, as I mentioned, this is a card of that feeling of a stalemate, an indecision perhaps that you might have in front of you. All twos are choices, and your mind perhaps here is not allowing you to make the decision for some reason. And there's something in that Four of Cups where you're not quite satisfied with something. And, each of you will know what it is that I'm talking about here, Pisces. But I feel like with that Hangman here, looking at things from a different perspective, all of these fours here where you are really assessing where you are in your life right now, this is going to allow you to be able to make a decision here and come out of this energy of feeling like there's a stalemate here or things aren't moving forward, particularly if this is in your relationship. Now, your final card here from the Gateway Oracle deck is communicating freely. And the affirmation for this particular card is, I communicate from the depths of my being. Now, Pisces, you are such a deep, deep soul. You have the depths within you, and often you can keep those feelings and thoughts inside. But this card here is actually telling you you are free to bring all of your thoughts, your feelings out. You are safe to do this. Now, I'm going to read the meaning out from the book, so I'll just let you know this is from the book. So, allow the truth of your soul to be felt and heard. It is an act of power to speak freely and easily. Be willing to stand tall and address people from the center of your being. Know that you can heal yourself and others through communication. This isn't the time to step back. Rather, it is time to step forward and share from your heart. The universe wants you to know you are a natural teacher, and you have the ability to empower and enrich the lives of others through your words. Step into your role as a teacher and a leader. Additionally, if there is something that you have held back, now is your opportunity to bring this truth to the light of day. Communication can restore trust and mend lifelong wounds. Take a risk. Speak from your soul with clarity and authenticity, even if it's not easy to do so. If there is any unspoken darkness that lies heavily upon you, now is the time to unburden yourself. If there's someone you love whom you haven't told, share your feelings. Communication can heal, free, and transform your life. And that's kind of exactly what I was saying here. So I feel like this, all of these fours, you are in this contemplation here. There is some changes that are coming in that you're going to be quite happy to have come in your life. You are looking at them from a different perspective, and things are actually going to be shifting and moving in a wonderful direction. And you have that happily ever after card there, Pisces. So I hope that resonated with you. Please leave comments and let me know what you think, or what if you don't agree. I'm happy to hear both negative and positive feedback. So have a wonderful month, Pisces, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.